Sunscreen is the one step most people skip, and I get it. Traditional sunscreen is chalky, it's greasy, it smells like a pool, and it sits on your face like a layer of paste. Nobody wants that. But here's the thing, and I'm gonna show you proof today. Korean sunscreen is a completely different product. Same job, totally different experience. We're talking invisible on the skin, lightweight as water, and it actually makes your skin look better and feel better after you put it on. I'm gonna break it all down today, what K-Sunscreen actually is, why it works, what all those confusing labels mean, and which products I recommend, especially if you have sensitive and dry skin like me. Now, before we get into the actual video, I do want to mention a few things. I'm not a dermatologist. I'm just here to guide you through the basics and recommend a few Korean products. And do keep in mind that we all have different skin types, so make sure to check yours. But for your reference, I have dry, sensitive skin, so I can't be slapping anything on my face because it'll react instantly. So throughout the years, I've tried numerous skincare products, and to be honest, I'm still trying to find the one. Hey guys, I'm Lex, former K-pop idol, musical actor, radio DJ, talk show host, and I also have experience working in a Korean skincare company. I'm here to make the overwhelming K-beauty as simply as possible. So why skincare matters? Before I get into the Korean stuff, let me give you a real reason why this step actually matters. But if you want to skip to the product, I'll leave a timestamp below. So it's not just about that big sunburn you get at the beach. Sun damage is cumulative. That means every day you walk out the door without sun protection, you're adding up UV exposure that shows up years later as dark spots, uneven skin tone, premature wrinkles, and a rough texture that no amount of moisturizer can fix. Let me break down the two types of UV rays real quick because this actually matters when choosing a sunscreen. So there are two types of UV rays. There's UVB and UVA. Think of it this way. UVB rays are the ones you feel after the damage is done. They hit the surface of your skin. They're stronger in summer, and clouds do reduce them, but don't block them completely. Your body takes them immediately. Red skin, pain, peeling. That's UVB. UVA rays are the ones you can't feel, and that's what makes them more dangerous for long-term skin health. UVA rays are present every single day, all year round at nearly the same intensity regardless of season or weather. They pass through your car window, your office window, most glass in general. They penetrate deeper into the skin, all the way down to where your collagen lives, and they break it down slowly, silently over years. Kind of scary, isn't it? Dark spots, premature wrinkles, loss of firmness, that's UVA damage adding up over time. So when you're choosing a sunscreen, you need protection from both. And that's what the SPF and PA combination tells you on Korean ones, and SPF and broad spectrum on Western labels. Which brings me to the label breakdown. Sunscreen is one of the highest return habits you can build. Not in a complicated, expensive way. We're talking one product, 60 seconds every morning. The payoff is skin that stays looking better, longer, and healthier. So you're probably wondering, what does SPF and PA have to do with UV rays? When you pick up a Korean sunscreen, you're gonna see two things on the label, an SPF number and a PA rating. SPF stands for Sun Protection Factor. It means protection against UVB rays. SPF 30 blocks about 97%, SPF 50 blocks about 98%. And the difference does sound small, but if you spend time outdoors or burn easily, that extra margin actually matters. Now the PA rating, it's arguably more important for long-term skin health. PA stands for a protection grade of UVA. So the PA system uses a plus sign signal from PA plus all the way up to PA plus 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 plus. 4 plus signs is the highest level of UVA protection available. And like I mentioned before, America doesn't have a PA system, and it's not because products don't have UVA protection, but they label it as broad spectrum. All the products I'm recommending today has SPF 50 and PA 4 plus. Keep that in mind, gold standard. All right, I don't want to take too much of your time, but I do want to quickly bring up why K-Sunscreen is so different. Because you may be thinking sunscreen is just sunscreen. Well, it's not. The biggest difference comes down to the UV filters, the actual active ingredients doing the blocking work. Korean brands have access to a newer, more advanced generation of filters. Second thing is texture. And here's the honest reality. Western sunscreens were engineered to protect you, and wearability was kind of an afterthought. That thick, greasy drag across your face, the white smear that won't blend, it works, but it's one of the most unpleasant things you can put on your face and still be expected to leave the house. Korean sunscreen was engineered to be worn every single day on a subway, in a meeting, under makeup. In humid Seoul summers, where anything heavy just melts off by the time you walk out the door, the texture has been refined over decades because Korean consumers expect to wear sunscreen every single day, and if it doesn't feel good, nobody's gonna wear it. That demand pushed the industry to figure out how to make it feel like nothing. So there are two types of sunscreen, and they work differently: mineral sunscreen and chemical sunscreen. Mineral sunscreen works on the surface of your skin and acts as a physical barrier between your skin and the sun. So think of it like holding an umbrella. The rain never actually touches you because there's a physical chemical barrier. That's mineral sunscreen. Now, chemical sunscreen works differently. Instead of blocking UV rays at the surface, it absorbs into your skin. So what happens is that when UV rays hit, the filter molecules catch them, convert them into heat, which your skin then releases. I guess it's kind of like how noise canceling headphones don't physically block the sound from reaching your ears. They process it and neutralize it from within. And I brought a total of 3 sunscreens today, 2 chemical and 1 hybrid, which does both mineral and chemical. First one, we have the Dr. G Red Blemish Soothing Up Sun. So right now, there are actually so many K-beauty brands out there targeting specific skin types. And because I had to put on so much heavy makeup during my idle days, I was saying hello to an acne every single morning. And back then, the first brand I would think of was Dr. G. So they're actually famous for their red blemish lineup, like their cream and this sunscreen. So I've used this many times and still do from time to time. One important thing to keep in mind, formulation of what you're getting on places like Amazon is different from the original Korean one you get. You can do a whole other video regarding this, but to make it simple, when Korean brands sell in North America, they often have to reformulate. The UV filters in the Korean versions aren't approved yet by the FDA for sale as a sunscreen ingredient. So basically the brand makes 2 versions, the one they sell at home and the one they sell overseas. Same name on the bottle, different formula. So today I'm going to talk about the Korean version. This is a chemical sunscreen with SPF 50 PA 4+, whereas the American version has SPF 30 and broad spectrum. The ingredients protecting you from the sun are 2 ingredients for UVA, 2 ingredients for UVB, and 1 ingredient that blocks both. And as for skincare, it has niacinamide, panthenol, ectoine, and centella compounds. And as for texture, it does have a very slight plastic smell to it, but it's not like shoved up your nose or anything, and it goes away pretty quick. When you apply it first, it may seem a bit oily, but after patting it down, it does get better. It does have a bit of a cooling effect, which is actually perfect for the upcoming summer. So if you have dry, sensitive, acne-prone skin, this one's great. But if you're looking to get a sunscreen that can help soothe redness and irritation, Dr. G. Next one, I have the Beauty of Joseon Relief Sun Rice Plus Probiotics SPF 50 and PA 4+. This was such a hype on social media. And okay, let's talk about BOJ first. To be honest, nobody in Korea knew about BOJ until they blew up overseas. I was actually in Canada last year and I saw BOJ at offline stores and everybody was talking about it. And I had friends asking me how Beauty of Joseon was. For this sunscreen, it was actually discontinued early last year because of the FDA approval process we talked about earlier. Then you may be wondering why I even brought this. I was actually personally curious if it was all marketing with all the rice extract or if the product was actually good. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I actually like it. Let's look at the specs. This is a chemical sunscreen with SPF 50 and PA 4+. The ingredients protecting you from the sun are 1 ingredient for UVA, 2 ingredients for UVB, and 1 ingredient that blocks both. As for skincare, it has niacinamide, glycerin, and it also contains 3,000 ppm of rice extract, which is a 0.3 concentration, which is still effective for boosting hydration and soothing. The texture is really lightweight. No white cast, doesn't pill, it doesn't make your skin look greasy. One of my friends in Korea was recommending this too, and she was like, "Oh, 쌀 너무 좋아." That means like, "Oh, the rice extract is so good." A funny thing about this, I don't know if it's because of all that rice extract talk, but while applying this, it kind of felt like I was applying some sort of like rice cream on my face. And as you know, I have sensitive dry skin, and thankfully this didn't cause any breakouts or irritations. If you actually run oily, BOJ has another version which is called the Relief Sun Aqua Fresh, worth checking out. All right, next up we have the Talba Waterfull Tone Up Sun Cream Purple, and you might know this brand for their White Truffle First Spray Serum, which everyone loves, but their sunscreens are actually very popular. And among their tone-up sunscreens, they have versions in pink, purple, green, and beige, and also they have a non-tone-up version as well. And today I brought the purple version, and if you're new, no, it does not make you look like Thanos or like you're from Teletubbies. Colors sitting directly opposite each other cancel each other out. So basically, purple sits across yellow. Ah, look at that. I did not see that coming. If your skin has that yellowy, uneven tone, purple neutralizes it. And I actually checked to see if they're currently selling on Amazon. On Amazon US, they only have the pink version out of the tone-up ones. And on Amazon Canada, they only have the mild version out of the entire sunscreen lineup. But of course, worth checking out yourself. Now let's talk about what's inside. So this is a hybrid sunscreen, both mineral and chemical filters, SPF 50 and PA 4+. The ingredients protecting you from the sun are 1 ingredient for UVA, 2 ingredients for UVB, and 1 mineral ingredient that blocks both. As for skincare, it has niacinamide, centella asiatica, and it also contains white truffle extract. If you have dry, sensitive skin, go for Del Balm. All right, I know that was a lot, and I didn't want to go too deep, but I did want to let you know what you needed to know about sunscreen and SPF and PA. To sum up, Dr. G for troubled skin, Beauty of Joseon for dry skin, Dalba for yellowish dull skin. And how to apply it also matters. So rule 1, sunscreen goes on last, final step of your morning routine after your moisturizer. Rule 2, remember the 2-finger rule for your face and neck. So you can basically just get 2 fingers worth, put it on your face and your neck. And rule 3, reapply every 2 hours if you're spending time outdoors. There are sun sticks and cushion compacts that make this easy, but maybe I'll cover those in another video. And for most important, apply every single day. If this video helped you, hit subscribe, drop a comment below. Are you already using Korean sunscreen? Which one? Or are you just getting started? Oh, and if you got someone in your life who still thinks sunscreen is just for beach days, send them this video. You might be doing them a favor. I'm Lex, coming to you from Seoul. See you in the next one.